Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Come in just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face. I stood and wait because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to
don't care, no. You just rather watch me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. Oh, going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, I'm going in. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. I know you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion.
Hey everyone, welcome to Dire Bear Adventuring Company, Foundations of Adelar. We've been gone for a while. At least it feels that way. 2 weeks, as they say in Total Recall, 2 weeks. So yeah, we had a great Christmas. At least I think most of us did, and a fantastic New Year. And now we're back and ready to play some D&D and hope that you all will come along for the ride, the adventure, and the good times with us. So we are going to get kicked off here in just a minute. We are waiting for, as always, Jack to show up, but that's okay. If you're in the Twitch right now and you're watching, I'd like to go ahead and get some feedback. Tell me what you enjoyed most about your new year, and then I'm going to feed you all some new information. So Dire Bear Adventuring Company is a professional GM service. We actually provide game master and dungeon master services to people. And the other thing that we provide is that we also create games. With that in mind, coming up on Wednesdays, we are actually going to start running a game called Binary Heroes. And it is written, created, and crafted by me. Also, it will be live play tested, so we will be getting your feedback as we fumble our way through going, oh, maybe we didn't plan for that, or wow, that's stupid overpowered, or maybe not powered enough. So we encourage and appreciate your feedback and feel like if you want to play along, go ahead and play along. It's a neat little concept, and you'll learn more about it on Wednesdays, and that's going to be on Wednesdays. Now, our old time slot for Alone in the Void was from 5 until 8 Central. But because of time constraints and somebody's job, this guy right here, we may be actually moving that back an hour. So it will be at the same time slot that Foundations of Adelar is. So from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. So with that being said, let's see. Introductions. Let's talk about what happened last time we left. Journey through the woods where they met some strangers who were dressed in muddled clothing. After a fight in the plains with gnolls, they found themselves led to the home of Arwa, Arneth's mother. A tense moment of approval between mother and love interest of her son. There was food, there were stories shared, there was a good time had by all, and they rested for the night. The party had, like I said, fought some gnolls out on the plain, and it saw something in the distance that seemed large with leathery wings, green in color, far to the south where these ruins were. So, without much ado, we'll get started once more. Night has fallen upon you all, and sleep finds you, resting comfortably in the home that was made by Arwa out of the fallen tree and the stump therein. Sorry. Pull my notes back up. As you all rest comfortably, the soft patter of feet fall almost soundlessly across the boards of the floor. There is Arwa awakens Yenfir with a gentle shake. A brief flash of concern on her face that she quickly hides. She rouses Yenfir and asks him to come along with her. As they sneak out in the wee hours of the morning, the rest of you are left there. The first rays of sun shine across the floor and strike your face. You find yourself waking. The smell of cooking, a distant memory in the house, and breakfast that is starting to turn cold sitting on the table, the cloth draped over it, and a simple piece of parchment folded up. Just folded in half.
I'll do some light stretching and then go over.
Do some calisthenics, yeah. Get your Jane Fonda workout on.
Gotta get warmed up for the day.
Right.
And I'll go read the paper and stuff something in my mouth. Some food.
It is biscuits, and it's shoulder bacon, so it's that nice thick cut of shoulder bacon, and there's some venison that was breaded and fried small pieces.
A whole biscuit,
just
right
biscuit in the mouth.
Mhm.
Had she been there to disapprove, you know she would have. Telling you not to wolf down your food like your siblings. You open the note and you see her handwriting, that scrawl of a mix of script and print. Yenfear and I are making rounds. Follow if you want, but we should be back soon. And there's just a dash and it says Mom. As though she knew you would be the one to look at them.
Yeah. Are the others up?
Yenfear is not there, as you would expect.
Mhm.
The others, though, seem to be, I guess, are you rousing round? Waking up? Better question is, Callista, are you wearing your hat?
I don't know.
I know you had the little
Circlet?
hairpiece.
Yeah, I had the circlet, but I don't know if I'd sleep with it. Like, I guess the real question is, what were the sleeping arrangements exactly?
It's a very small house. It's like a kitchenette that opens up into a breakfast nook / dining area, because it's usually just her. And then there's a loft that sits where she sleeps. Under that is like a small sitting area. All of you could have kind of piled in there. Girls on one side, boys on the other.
With the wolves for warmth.
Right, of course.
The hearth and the wolves. So you all smell slightly of wet dog.
She would have
Of course
slept
they're
with
wet.
it on, so she has it on.
Okay. All right. The house is empty. The wolves are gone. As is Yenfear and Arwa. The rest of you rouse around. You notice that her favorite bow and her knives are gone. Which you would expect.
Yeah. I'll read the note to them, just so they
Once
know.
again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then search stuff in my face.
I love that, with no worry, just absolute calm. Mommy, if you're gone.
Oh no, you don't find that suspicious at all?
Suspicious? It'd be more like suspicious? No.
What?
No.
Like, for instance, your mother taking the man of your affections into the woods alone.
Oh, he's coming back with no bottom half.
No, we probably wouldn't find his body. Okay, I guess I'm a little worried now.
You weren't until then. You were fine. You're just eating a biscuit and venison, and all of a sudden mentioning that, and you're like, the bow's missing, the knives are gone.
Yenfear is gone.
Yenfear's not there. It's like watching something slowly process, and then finally, ding! All right. Would you like to try to follow after the person that taught you?
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, it's going to be easier to track Yenfear than it will be to track your mother. I'm pretty sure your mother is wearing things that blended with the woods. Yenfear never does anything that sensible.
Just like, it reminds me It reminds me of Peter talking about the other guys dressed in camouflage. Yeah, they're going to be looking for a bunch of guys in camouflage. And he's dressed like a clown.
Yes.
Just Yennefer dressed like a clown, just out there.
Bright red hair. Sticks out like a sore thumb.
Like picking his way through the bushes. Do these have stickers? Ooh. All right. Do you head out to try to find them? Try to catch up to them?
After
you
eating
After
some more
Venice.
bacon.
some more bacon and some more.
Yeah. It's like, well, there's no point in rushing. He's probably dead by now.
It's going to take him a while to bleed out, so you'll be fine. I mean, if you could do it properly with a field dress, you got to hang him up by the rope and just kind of. All right. So after calmly finishing your breakfast, and I take it that Gillett is not far behind as far as like outpacing Arneth's munching of breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Callista is just being dainty because
Just nibbling on it.
because if he's already dead, I'd rather not go find a body.
Been down that road before. Let's not do it again. Alas, our poor horses. We knew them well. So you finish your breakfast, your venison, your bacon, your biscuit. That you're like, this is good cold water sitting there in a nice bucket for you to dish out and drink. You leave the small home and immediately give me a survival check.
Okay. Survival. Gotta open up my sheet.
Come on, are we immediately lost?
No. You know which way she headed out, and as you get through there, though, she is, as always, doing a very good job of picking her way through carefully. The only reason that you're able to find her path is because of the fact that she's traveling with someone who isn't the best at moving through
He's a city boy.
bushes and things like that. So you do find them, but then you start to see where she's either taking great pains to backtrack and cover his, or she's teaching him as they go. But you soon lose her tracks. Again, you're not lost, you just don't know which path she took. You can give me another survival check.
Okay. Oh.
You come across a deer run that she may have taken, but you're not sure. You don't see any fresh tracks on there. But it would make sense for her to follow that, but you're not really sure. Do you want to try to go one way or the other, or do you want to just see if you can... Do you want to go down the deer run or kind of stay on the little path that she was picking through?
I'm gonna stay on the path.
All right, go ahead and give me another survival check.
Okay. Callista has freaked me out. Starting to worry.
You're starting to question more and more about your choice of choosing this path over the deer run, as you are not seeing any signs of movement through this particular set of brush. You know this is a regular path that she takes. She showed it to you. She taught you this path. But you're not seeing any recent signs of her moving or Yennefer moving here.
Okay.
Do you want to continue on, or do you want to try to go back to the deer run?
I'm gonna double back, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me another survival check. All right. Coming back to the deer run, you can finally see the tracks that you did not see beforehand. A small snapped twig, low enough to be the leg of a human and not a deer brushing past it. And you finally start to follow along the deer run that was there. All right. Not sure where this is going. This isn't one of the normal paths that she has taken. So you continue on walking for another 30 minutes or so. Go ahead and give me another survival check, please. Okay. There seems to be some question about which way they whether they continued on the deer run or whether they actually branched off. I would like for all of you to give me perception checks, please. Okay. A slight rustling in the trees above you draw your attention up. But looking up there, Steve, you don't really see anything. Arneth, you think it was just a bird or something like that. Callista, it's the woods. There are animals out here, so I'm sure it was just an animal. Please just be an animal. Please be a small animal. All right, go ahead and give me another survival check, please.
Okay. It's getting worse.
You were just not on it.
We're counting down from 16.
Oh my God, we are.
Yeah. Making your way down this path, you start to question again whether or not you're following the right way. You hear kind of a bird cry, a familiar bird cry, one that you've heard before.
Do 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 do.
No, nothing like that. You hear that bird cry echoed through the trees above you. Some a bit further away, some a bit closer. Go ahead and give me another survival check. You are literally counting down.
I missed 11.
And 17 if you want to count 18
True.
and down.
All right. You are now, you would be able to find your way out just by given the nature of what you do. But as far as following mommy, you've no idea.
She's too good.
She is too good.
And it seems like Yinfir picked it up.
Or maybe he didn't entirely.
Cursed Drac of all trades.
Yep.
Actually, may I attempt?
Yeah.
Since I do have the Wanderer background because I'm an Outlander.
That's true. Go for it. Yeah, give me a survival check.
Yeah.
Doubting your confidence waning as you try to stumble along this track, you look around Arneth and you're not really sure which way to go. It's about that time that Callista taps you on the shoulder and points out an obvious footpath, a footfall. Not one of your mom's.
She just
Wrapped
shoulder
boots.
checks me out the way.
Move.
No.
It's
It's more
the
like
boot.
a gentle tugging of your tusks in the direction of like the footprint.
Look up here.
Very gentle, you know,
There's
just
a-
very gentle, just tilting your face down so you can see it.
Obscured by a broad leaf, you see a boot with a pronounced heel, one of Yenfir's, moving along the deer run a bit further.
Oh, I missed that.
Working together, you can roll with one of you giving advantage.
It's okay, Arneth. I'm sure it is just because you are much too tall. My shortness had to have given me some sort of advantage here. We're not going to say it's because you're worried that your mother is stringing your boyfriend up by his heels.
Yeah.
Do you want to throw a rock?
That.
Again, you hear that little whistle of a bird up there in the tree. Give me perception checks once more.
Come on, game. Nope.
What is
That was
with
definitely
you?
a bird.
You're knocking the dust off here. Let's get the cobwebs off these dice. Come on, fire up
It's a good way to do it.
that API. Fire up that API that you have. your cheat codes.
Mhm.
You got to enter them in again. You
Chief,
cleared your
have
cookies.
you have the higher survival, so we'll let you roll it.
All right, you have advantage on your survival check.
Okay. Let me put on advantage, please. Okay.
With Callista's help, not really, but some. You continue down the path. Another hour passes. You're about 2 hours into your little trek. when you watch as a form sort of rises out of one of the bushes around you, and Gillet behind you. One of them steps into the deer run that you're on. Wrapped, where only you can see their eyes and elven ears that point out, or that stick out. The one behind you, Gillet, has a furred face that's covered up, a Kamat, clearly. You remember these gentlemen, or these folk, because the ones that you met when you first entered the forest. The one that's leading the way steps forward towards you. You're a long way from home. You traipsing after your mother.
Yeah. It's not going as well as I'd hoped.
You should try higher up in the trees. There's lots that can be seen there. So where do you think she went off to?
Well, hopefully not to murder our lovely companion, but maybe where would she take him? Maybe NOF's respite?
That place is darkened these days. I hope not. But we never liked that place to begin with. If she took him to NOF's, you're going the wrong direction. Up a pace from here is a clearing in the forest. It runs by a brook. It's a good place if you want to get sunlight. Your mom's always been good to this place. But there's something evil that's come about here. Something unsettling. I'm not sure what it is, but let me ask you a question. Have you seen tale of forest life? Even squirrels, birds, bigger game like deer. They've gone scarce this part of the forest. The bow bearers look to carry and figure out what's carrying on. Don't cross us.
Of course.
Everything will be fine. We can go with you to find your mom, unless you'd rather travel on your own.
What do you think, guys?
I mean, I know the forest like the back of someone else's foot, so...
I can make sure to get back to wherever we need to go. I have wandered for many years. I can at least have a sense of direction. So, if we are going after your mother and Yenfir, well, then let's.
I love those non-answers. No.
Is that a declination or an invitation?
I will happily take the help. I seem to be a bit rusty getting my way through this forest.
He cups his hands, and as he does, he makes a whistle. The Kamat comes up behind you, Gillet, and pats you on the shoulder, and then kind of moves lithely around you and up to the front. Follow Two String. I'll gather the others. We'll be along shortly. And you watch as the Kamat, his tail, moving listlessly through the air as he mocks it in front of you. It's kind of this, gray stripe, almost like tiger stripes, but it's gray and white. As he moves ahead of you, it's a little fluffy. But he moves soundlessly. You look at his feet and you realize he's not wearing, he's not wearing any shoes. His feet are wrapped similarly to yours, as he kind of moves, putting his hand on a tree as he moves forward down the deer run.
Well, I will follow. And attempt to be as graceful as him.
Sure. All right. He doesn't move fast. It's not a quick movement, but it's graceful and determined in his path, the way that he's going and the way that he's walking. It almost seems as he's doing it effortlessly, like he knows where he's going, but you can clearly see him look down every once in a while or look up and measure or gauge something. And as you walk, you find yourself getting nearer and nearer to what you can see up ahead. It seems like there's light where most of the grass and the plants around here are mottled with sunlight because it's peeking through the trees, this thick canopy of forest. Up ahead, you can see where there's a larger beam of light that kind of shines down on everything. And you can hear the soft splash of of water on rock. Not a big torrent, but just kind of lazily lapping at the stones as it goes. You smell the wonderful scent of fresh mud that's turned up by this. And the forest here warms just a little bit as you get a little bit more sunlight that pours in. And as he moves, you see him kind of taking notice, and kind of keeping an eye. And as soon as he kind of brings the deer run, kind of curves around, he almost disappears from sight as he kind of tucks away off of the deer run and into the woods itself. Let me just 1 second here.
Hi, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay. All right, I'm going to come back to the four of you, the three of you, here in a minute. Four being the command. Before you get in camera, I need to go ahead and start the story over again, because this part is about you.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Gray light shines in through the windows, openings that kind of look up into the forest. It is not even daylight yet. And you feel someone touching your arm, awakening you. You open your eyes to see Arwa, concern on her face that she quickly hides. It kind of comes and goes. She rouses you around but puts a finger to her lips, asking you to stand and follow her.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
She folds a piece of paper and puts it on where you can smell, now that you're kind of coming around, you smell freshly baked biscuits. You smell venison that's been fried in small pieces. You smell the bacon and your stomach immediately just kind of rumbles. She shakes her head and she beckons you outside, telling you to grab your gear but not necessarily put it on.
Okay.
As she steps outside, she tells you, there's something is in the forest. It's roused the curiosity of Arneth's siblings. I think that it's a prime opportunity for us to spend some time together, getting to know one another, maybe teaching you something.
I'm terrified. Also, can my camera not
Apparently, it cannot.
Does it look like a potato to anybody else?
No,
Yeah.
I see the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
Wow. Okay. Gross. Yeah. No, I'm having issues. Okay,
All right.
it's okay. We're
Potato
fine.
quality.
Coming at you at 240p.
You you don your boots and you follow her, and as you go, you aren't moving quickly. She realizes that she's showing how to pick your way carefully through the forest. You're not going to be as skilled as she is in this, but she does her best to help you pick your way down this path through the forest. You realize you've been traveling for some time. She hands you back a small wrapped in cheesecloth. She hands it back to you as you open it up. Your stomach does a little flip as you realize that she's packed a biscuit with some bacon and venison there for you to nibble on as you move.
Nibble?
Or
Okay.
devour. However, do you.
Devour like a starving orphan.
All right. The gray gives way to dappled sunlight that falls through the canopy of the trees onto the forest floor, lighting you up here and there as you do. As you get nearer to where she is, she tells you to kind of pull, she motions you to kind of her down, and you watch as her pace gets slower. She makes a sound. It's almost like a growl in her throat. And as she does, you can kind of hear kind of a return noise off to the left and right. The wolves moving in.
I'm not cut out for this life already.
Ahead of you, through the dappling of trees, you can hear the sound of a small stream that seems to be spilling over rock and mud. You hear or you see a beam of light that shines through a small forest opening. And you see two rocks that kind of jut up on either side, flat on their facing sides and rounded on the backs, as though they were once a large part of a table that was snapped and then the flat edges set facing each other. Every once in a while, in the center of this, you hear what seems to be a small voice that kind of pipes up. Not making a lot of noise, just enough that you can kind of catch it here and there. Looking out into the little forest clearing, you see a small figure. It's back to you. Arwa, who had her bow knocked, takes the arrow, flips it, and slides it back into the quiver, and slings her bow back over her shoulder. She crosses her arms and looks into the clearing with her head cocked to the side.
My God. It's a halfling. No, just kidding.
It is small like a halfling.
It's Belle. Is it Belle? It's Belle, right?
No, it's not Belle.
Wrong universe. Okay, sorry. Alrighty then. Can I see them clearly or?
Yeah. Give me a perception check though.
Perception. What do my elf eyes see?
You see a small figure. The skin is not flesh toned. That seems like an odd statement to make given the current company that you usually keep. It is green, very small. And it seems to be chirping or singing to itself.
Is it a goblin?
Quite possibly.
I will not confirm nor deny. I'm gonna look to Arwa like, are we gonna go up there, or are we just gonna spy on them? What are we doing? What is this? What's happening?
Hang on just 1 second here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you are. I don't know. It has its back to you right now. And Grimly, tell me what you're doing.
Oh my god.
He is currently probably climbing a rock and eating a lizard.
You look up to see the small goblin who turns its head to look at you, and it's got a salamander or a lizard or tail in its mouth, just kind of wiggling around.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt you when you're eating your breakfast. Who is this? What are we doing?
Arwa looks at you for a moment and goes, friend of yours?
No.
She looks back at the goblin and says, you're a long way from your family. What are you doing here in this forest?
Grimly just actually sort of shrugs. He doesn't know, he just grunts and responds, probably slurping the lizard tail into his mouth.
She then unsheathes the bow once more. Do you mean us harm?
Hands up, like with like probably 2 lizards clenched in each of them. No.
What's your name?
Grimly.
Grimly. Do you know there are things in this forest that would kill you?
He sort of shrugs again. He gets it, but he doesn't at the same time.
She kind of she puts 2 fingers in and whistles loudly. And Grimly, you watch as 3 wolves come through the forest and into the clearing. Their shoulders are hunched, their heads down low, their ears flattened, their teeth bared at you.
Drops the lizards in panic.
The lizards immediately just bolt.
I mean, we could probably just leave this little thing in the forest. It's not really of concern to us, really. It'll get eaten by the end of the day, more than likely.
Grimly, you're rather brave to come this far into the woods.
He moves over to his belongings, where he's got probably his mace is laying against a rock, his shield is, all the armor he's taken off. It's just kind of like starts huddling it close to himself.
Have you seen no one else in this forest?
He shakes his head no.
Did you come from the mountains?
He sort of like shakes his head in a no and a yes. He's not sure.
She kind of points behind him, back further to the east, where you can clearly see mountains that are rising up not too far away. Mountains.
He'll nod his head, yeah.
I didn't think the goblins had gone into the mountains yet. That's interesting.
Oh no, it's dumb. We should help it.
I agree. The Bowbears won't find him too nice. They won't treat him nicely. I tell you what, little one, we'll go to NOF's respite. Maybe we'll find you a place to stay, some food. You can rest there and then make your way back to the mountains. You clearly don't seem to be harmful. And she looks around for the lizards that escaped. She goes, clearly you're hungry. So, and well armed for a goblin your size. She turns and looks at you, Yennefer, for a moment. And she goes, "Wish I had a way of leaving a note for them." She kind of looks down at one of the wolves and she says, "Puck, go find your brother." And he kind of lets out a howl and then starts prancing off to the woods. The other two kind of flank her on either side, and she walks over to you slowly, grimly, and she kind of puts a hand down on your head, and she says, "Come on, gather your things. Let's get out of here."
Quickly puts on his stuff, dragging probably the rest of it behind him.
It's just like on a rope.
on the shield. He's got everything piled up on the shield.
There you go.
That's really cute. That's really, really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Your shield is taking damage.
You start heading eastward towards the mountains, east by northeast, making your way through the forest, and she easily guides you along. She doesn't seem to be covering her tracks as well as she did the first time through. The rest of you come upon the clearing, and there's nothing there. You can clearly see where something has rested on the forest on the floor near one of the rocks, but it's been removed. Some of the grass has started to come back up, returning to its natural state. Whatever it was didn't leave very long ago, but long enough that you're going to have to do some catching up. Give me a survival check. Chief, again, you have advantage. So.
Okay.
You can definitely tell they went north, more easterly than northeast, but you know that that's the way to NOF's respite. There's a howl, and all of a sudden, coming bounding out of the woods, you see a small gray-brown wolf. It jumps at you, hitting you full in the chest.
Take it down.
And then do you go down, or do you stand your ground to it?
I go down.
Immediately, your face is assaulted by a tongue that just licks you like all over.
Callista is screaming. Again.
I'm just throwing up my hands like, all right.
Screw the forest. Screw you wolves. I'm out.
One of these days, it's gonna be like not a wolf brother. It'll just be a regular,
a real wolf. And it's just Arneth going, not a friendly.
I'm on the ground laughing and trying to shove off his his brother.
Bounces over you back and forth. Its tail moving like almost like a domesticated dog. He's just tail moving.
Whap, 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 whap.
He does the thing where he puts his forearm or his front paws forward and like puts his chest to the ground,
ready to
butt in the air, tail wagging. He bounces again and then takes off towards the northeast.
Follow the wolf. And I'm like,
Gillet's like, get out. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on anymore. You break through the forest. You break the forest into the deer run again, and Two Strings, the Kamat, comes forward and puts a hand up.
What's up?
Whatever your mother has entailed, I'm not going any further. We, the Bow Bearers, do not go towards NOF's respite. There's something dark about that place.
I respect your decision not to go. Thank you for helping us this far.
You're welcome. Safe travels. If you come into trouble, let us know.
Like, we won't help you, but,
We'll drag your bodies out, maybe. We'll toss your corpses for good.
I love dying and being dead. I can't wait.
We didn't have enough of that getting here.
I know, right?
Bowbear bows and disappears off into the woods.
Oh.
This particular one does. You travel northeast. Your mother and Yenfir, and maybe something else ahead of you. Puck doesn't seem concerned, though. He seems to be loping along beside you. His long, spindly legs just kind of moving at a casual gait. Gives you reason not to be concerned yourself. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Your mom is alone with Yenfir, and like one of them is gonna be just disappointed.
We were literally talking about maybe she was taking you to kill you.
We'd already had you strung up and bleeding
Honestly,
out in bucket.
Every time Arwa asks Yenfir to come with her, that's what he thinks in his mind.
How much does Aladdin
I'm
sell by the pound?
Yeah.
How much can you sell that scalp for? Look at that bright orange hair.
Not my curl.
That's awful.
Wow.
It's one way to get a wig.
Stop.
The run fades into a small path. Not often walked. A familiar sound strikes you. That whistle. The elf that introduced them himself as one of the bow bearers steps forward again, putting a hand up. He looks at you, his eyes narrow. Your mother tracked down some sort of evil. I'd like to know what it is. Do you know what sort of thing she's crossed the path of?
That's not very nice to call Yenfir evil.
Wow. Fuck you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what a Yenfir is.
Neither do we.
Why is
don't
Yenfir the butt of all the jokes?
Because Lucky's not here anymore.
I know.
True. So, what do you know?
Nothing.
We're
I've
trying
been
to find
tracking
her
her for
ourselves.
hours.
Although, at the mention of evil, Callista has kind of like stepped closer to Gillet and more behind him.
We know nothing.
Kind of looks at you for a second. We have belief that a scouting party for goblins has come upon this area.
Put
Your
mic down,
mother's.
Cap.
We believe that goblins, a scouting party of goblins, has come into this area and given your mother's, and he kind of looks you up and down as he says this, soft heart. We'd hate to see any sort of evil, but if she's in league with them, or has given them any sort of quarter, well, we'll do what we have to protect this forest. Do you understand?
Yeah, unfortunately I do.
Oh, jeez, that's a little preemptive, don't you think?
God. I wouldn't worry about it. She's not stupid.
She's a nice lady, mostly. Okay?
Just know that we're watching.
Of course.
Our eyes are widespread across this place. Your mother knows the glade where we're home. And she knows the lengths that we'll go through to protect the Aefer.
Yeah.
This is the last you'll see of me, at least this day. And he kind of just gives you an ominous look as an ominous look as he kind of backs slowly into the forest before he does that whole walking against the wind disappearing shit. And he sort of fades out.
That guy needs to smile more.
He's kind of weird, isn't he?
He's got a mask on his face the whole time he's doing it. You merely adopted the forest, but I was born into it.
Except, wasn't Ardaz born in the forest?
Sure.
We don't know.
Moving at a quickened pace. I'm going to assume the party is going to move at a quickened pace.
Gotta
Yeah.
find
You're
your
gonna
mom.
pick up your speed. No.
Yeah,
Sure,
pick
whatever.
it up.
I guess.
Sure. Yeah. No more bird watching, guys. Pick it up.
Somebody's gonna save this elf
From getting murdered.
Yeah.
by Orc Mama.
If I'm not being killed by lizard folk, I'm not being killed at all, okay?
Sure. The forest gives way to an opening. You see in front of you, and Grimly, mountains that kind of shoot up into rises and leave like small terraces here and there, covered in green at the lower parts. The trees give way to this clearing and opening. You see 3 buildings sitting, 2 of them facing each other in the north and south, and one facing you on the eastern edge of this little glade that's here. In the middle of this area is a fire pit. The embers long, cold, and dead. It's more of just a place where the earth has been dug out and wood has been set in. The houses here are small, really kind of like sleeping cabins at a camp or something. They're
Sleepaway camp. I get it. Gotcha.
No, not at all. One of them has had a tree fall on part of it, caving in the roof. That's the one to the north. The one to the south appears to have taken some sort of damage, and you can see charring and around some of the wood. The one to the east appears to be covered in some sort of, around the door frames and the windows, some sort of fungus, mold, or something like that. These haven't been tended to in quite some time, and you watch as Arwa looks up for a moment, and she kind of, I think I should visit here more often. It's been a while. Thought they would be in better shape than this. One structure still stands. Let's see what the other 2 have before we venture forth, okay? See what we can salvage for them. All right, north, south. Do you want to go to the east one?
Mm-hmm.
I give you directions, you give me mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's not how it works. Northern, southern, or
Um.
eastern?
Oh, I thought. Okay, never mind.
Northern cabin, southern cabin, eastern cabin.
Okay. Let's go north.
Okay. Heading to the structure that has had a tree collapse on it, you kind of scramble over some of the stone and the wood that's collapsed in. Go ahead and give me investigation checks for the both of you, unless cabin there, Gimli.
No, he's following like really tight on the heels.
Okay.
It's
Like if Yinfir stops too fast, he's gonna run into the back of Yinfir.
yeah.
I'm weirded out, but okay.
All right.
Okay. Whatever.
Ew. It's all like dilapidated.
Literally too grossed out by mold and fungus.
You
That's all I can think about.
the northern one is collapsed in. Currently, you find a small tinderbox and some torches. You also find a couple of blankets that would make either nice capes or at least keep you bundled up and warm.
Okay.
As you are searching this, Arwa is looking at the fire pit and kind of assessing the situation, looking at the tree and things like that. You guys have been there for about 10 minutes when out of the glade, you 3 stumble. You see Mama down in the fire pit, just kind of, you can see like the top half of her, like down in there. She looks surprised at you and then smiles immediately and then holds her hand up. Get me out of here.
She's already killed her.
You don't see them.
She's already killed him and she's gonna burn the evidence.
Oh, but you're freaking me out. You're freaking me out.
I love it.
Maybe the wolves are excited because they already ate him.
And she's just burning the bones to really just get rid of the evidence.
His clothes, maybe.
I will go over and offer my arm to her and say, "Please don't tell me you killed Yennefer."
She kind of gives you this curious, like, "What is wrong with you?" look. She says, "No, it wouldn't kill Yennefer."
I'm gonna come out of the cabin at this point, going, oh god, I think something touched me. There's something in there.
Callista is killing herself laughing at this point, by the way.
She has this most perplexed look of, why do you think I would kill Yennefer? I like Yennefer.
I don't know why.
He's nice.
He's nice-ish.
Is
tries, sorta.
Dying of laughter.
Gillet's trying to hide it like a...
Callista said it, and I started thinking about it.
Yennefer comes stumbling out of the building, going, "Ooh, something touched me!"
Like batting at my coat and stuff. Like, oh god! Like when you know when you walk through a spider web, but you're not sure if there's a spider in that web.
Yes,
yeah.
One of the greatest kung fu teachers of all time, the spider web.
Yes.
About that time, coming out closely following Yennefer, you see what at first you think is a small child until you realize it has rather large ears and green skin. Do you have a mop of orange hair too?
No, he doesn't have the mop of
Okay.
orange.
Okay, I was like, we have two.
No, it's like black, but it's like literally right in the front.
Just this black of hair right on the front.
Cute.
Oh. I mean, he could keep the orange hair. I don't mind it.
Callista is crying.
That was.
That's
just gonna leave even more question.
He's
since
got the orange hair. I don't even care.
Has a poof of orange hair.
Nope, it's orange now. Saying that.
Callista
Surprise!
is panting and trying to remember how to breathe.
So a small green person with a poof of orange hair on top of his head, not unlike the very elvish orange poof of hair that is in front of the small green caricature.
I am very relieved. Just instantly. I'll pull her up out of the pit. Pull her up out of the pit and then go over to Yennefer and just hug him. I thought you were dead.
What's good?
Grimly, you watch as a half orc, or actually you think it's a full orc, runs over and scoops up the friendly elf that's been traveling with you. At first you think he's going to crush the very life out of him. You realize that they're hugging.
Oh, he's like wide-eyed, just staring.
This terrified.
Actually, no, more in awe. Anything.
I love them.
Just like, I thought you were dead.
Why?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Callista manages to get a hold of herself, but she's absolutely leaning on Gillet because she still can't. She doesn't quite have her balance back from laughing that hard.
Why are you laughing so hard?
I had Arneth convinced that his mom was bringing you out into the woods to kill you.
That's awful!
Arwella goes, that's really awful. Why? What kind of a person do you think I am?
You know how gullible Arneth is?
I think you're fantastic.
Good, I'm not so sure about you right now. That's a horrible joke.
Oh, it is. It is a horrible joke. However, that is exactly how my father would have done it. So.
Wow. I'm disappointed in you, Callista.
Well, he would have had me believing that he was taking my significant other out into the woods to kill them and then not actually done so and taken them out on a wonderful little trip to a dilapidated set of cabins.
Oh, I don't know how wonderful this trip is. I mean, we found this thing here. What's your name?
That's not your son? Or a weird little clone of you?
Excuse me?
I mean, Yennefer, you have been known to be into some very strange things.
Okay. By who?
It's a great open world out there. We don't know.
Lucky was saying some really interesting stuff before we parted ways.
And you trusted him? Listen.
Yes?
I
had no reason not to trust him.
I'm just looking.
I had no excuse.
Now, I promise I don't have any illegitimate goblin children.
Oh, no.
And this is definitely not one of. This isn't.
We've killed her.
I can't wait for that session.
It's not aired. Patrons only, NSFW. The $10 level. Get all the spicy roleplay.
Oh man.
Okay, I have released Yennefer, and now I'm looking at this little green baby.
Green baby, baby boy, baby.
And I'm slightly in awe at how small he is.
And he's slightly at awe of how large you are.
He's
so
like,
there's just awe staring at each other.
He's like, oh. He's smiling, like wide-grinned, sharp teeth. Oh, he'll do it.
Wide-grinned, sharp, pointy goblin teeth.
He's just missing one tooth on his top tooth. He's got a gap.
He's so precious!
He probably ate a rock, let's be honest. Don't call him precious.
I'm gonna. Yennefer would never call that thing precious, okay?
Jack, on the other hand.
Me, on the other hand, yes.
It's like showing Jack a cat.
Once I shake off the awe, seeing this teeny little person, I'm gonna look over to my mom and say, they know about him.
She looks for a moment and she says, they?
The bow bearers.
Oh, of course they do. I'm sure I'll have some explaining to do there. In the meantime, let's keep him here because I know that they won't step foot into this place. Something about it spooks them. I'm not sure why.
And I mean, it couldn't be too far off from a goblin hovel. I mean, look, it's got charming fungus and moss on the side. It's quaint.
As you are looking around, whoop, map change.
Oh.
Please feel free to put yourselves on the map.
You know I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, you gonna.
No, I'm gonna. Boop.
Probably be like down there, and you're probably down here. This is the northern hut with the tree that fell through it.
Oh, okay.
This is the southern one, and this is the eastern one, with the mountains along behind it. All right. Arwa asks you, Yennefer, what did you find in the northern hut?
Spiders.
Anything of use?
Spiders.
Did we
I
find?
can just imagine Grimly's got one like in
Grimly's just holding the tinderbox and the torches and the blankets all in his arms.
That fellow found a couple things. I was just I was supervising. Yeah.
Right. Let's search the southern one. All right. So as you are heading into the southern one, I'd like for all of you who are going into that hut to give me investigation checks.
I'll go.
Grimly is now like just a couple steps behind, following
Arneth.
Arneth, yeah. Sorry.
I got the mom look, so now I'm actually like I'm putting some work in.
All right.
You're gonna bend down and try and look Grimly in the eyes. Are you evil?
And what's your name?
He shakes his head and actually takes out a little medallion that has Iz's holy symbol on it. And Grimly.
Grimly.
Guys, I've only known Grimly for like 5 minutes, but if anything ever happens to him, it's not going to be good.
No pressure on
I'll
me.
kill you all and bury the bodies.
I will kill everybody in this clearing and then myself. Is that where you were going?
Yes.
I will burn this entire forest to the ground. And piss on the ashes. All right.
Look, nothing this cute could possibly be evil.
Have you seen my bear, Tibbers?
Oh no! Dear God.
I'm just saying.
Non-flashbacks.
The search of the southern hut turns up not much. The only thing that seems to have escaped the fire is a metal lockbox, which is charred on the outside. The lock is ruined and it's easily opened, and you can see inside the what would have been coin, a little bit of coin, and it's all melted down, the heat making it kind of fuse together. So you have like a chunk of gold. It's about that big.
What a shame. All this beautiful gold.
Just a chunk of gold that Grimly's like, oop.
Shoves it in the bag.
Melted into marks. What could go wrong?
Yeah. Seems legit.
The last building to check is that to the east, the one that's on the up side of the map.
The uppy part.
Okay. The uppy part.
Investigation.
Yes.
Da-na-na-na.
As you get close to it, I would like for you to give me, before you get into the building, I would like for pretty much everyone, I need you to give me wisdom saving throws, please.
Son of a...
Hooray!
Oh, well.
Hooray!
Oh.
Hooray!
Ooh. I'll miss you.
Welcome back, everyone.
Son of a bitch. First of all, let's start with Grimly. As you get close to the cabin, you hear a buzzing sound in your ear. Somewhere inside, like not like there's bees flying around you, but it's like in your brain is this sound. Chief.
Yeah.
Okay, let me expand this so I can actually read it. Let's see. You hear the same sort of buzzing sound. It's just this constant, it's distracting. Now everybody else. Gillett.
What's that sound?
Yenfir. And Callista. You all find yourself under the effects of a confusion spell.
Yay.
You are unable to move at the moment. As something truly loathsome seems to creep forward, the very thing that is covering the side of this building around one archway, you watch as the mold blinks eyes opening.
God damn it.
Around you.
I'd scream if I wasn't so confused right now.
I need initiative rolls from everyone.
Ah, poop. See, I told you, don't trust mold, you guys.
El questo este viejo y putrido a donde está el sanatorio.
Yeah. I'm gonna kick the motherfucking crap out of this mold.
I grabbed the image earlier, but totally forgot to add it to here, so I gotta grab it again.
You fool.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. I'll be just a moment as I upload this thing one more time. That's right.
This is just great. I love what we're doing with this campaign. I love what we're doing with the place, you know?
What?
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm,
What?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Torch it all, burn it to the ground.
Everyone dies first episode back.
And it's something stupid even, like some fucking mold.
Yeah.
Be like me dying in the first episode.
You didn't die per se.
You just passed out.
I'm traumatized forever now.
All right.
Waterlogged.
So, what's that? Waterlogged.
Yeah, waterlogged.
First up is Yenfear, currently under the effects of a confusion spell. I need you to give me a 1d10, please.
1d10?
Yep, just roll a d10.
Okay.
All right, give me just 1 second here as I look up on the table what done happened to you.
What done happened to me, Cap? Tell me.
Oh, nothing. You don't move. You don't take any actions this turn. You are completely and utterly stunned and have no idea what's going on. You do get to take a wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
Okay.
You can give me a wisdom save again.
What?
Actually, no, I take that back.
Oh, okay. Fuck-a-doodle-doo then.
Yep, you were this way for 1 whole minute.
Rip.
Ooh.
Congrats.
All right. Unless somebody can enact something to help you. But it's not going to be that guy, because you're under the effects of this as well. I need you to give me... Also give me another 1d10. Oh, 4. Cool. Nothing. You don't take any movement or action or anything.
All right.
Arneth. Spooky looking slime mold thing that is, it's actually a slime, is around this windowsill blinking at you. You can see tendrils of it starting to snake off like tentacles.
Gross.
What are you doing?
Would lesser restoration do anything?
I believe lesser restoration would cure the effect. Let me double check and because I'm fairly certain, but I want to make sure. Let's see. 1 disease or 1 conditioning, 1 condition affecting it. Yep. Oh no, the condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. I'm gonna say that. Sure, why not? Unless greater restoration says something more.
I only have lesser.
Yeah, let me double check and see what it says. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna have to be greater. Lesser restoration won't do that.
Okay, I guess I'm attacking it.
All right, you have disadvantage on your attack.
Okay.
And I need you to give me another wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yep.
Rest in pepperonis.
You are under the effects of a confusion spell as well. I need you to give me a 1d10. You aren't doing anything. You take no action this turn. You stand there dumbfounded looking at this thing like, whoa.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic.
Okay, that's your turn.
These guys are pathetic.
Grimly. Evil looking slime.
Disgusting.
Kill it.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
What you doing?
Did you say greater restoration fixes?
Uh-huh.
I have that.
Do it!
Who are you going to cast it on?
Oh, gosh.
Well, first of all, you are within 30 feet of it, so I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Well, that's easy enough.
Unfortunately, you fail, but not by enough that will cause confusion. So...
Works for me. Who wants to hit the slime? Who can hit the slime?
We all want to hit the slime.
You all want to get the hell away from it.
I've died.
Like a firebomb would be really.
Oh,
I have lightning.
Really effective.
That's about it. I don't have fire, unfortunately.
I'm not that kind of cleric.
I'm not that kind of cleric. Sorry. I like water. I guess I'll do it on Gillet because Gillet's closest to him.
Okay. You find yourself, your mind is cleared as you come out of the confusion that was cast upon you by the constant murmuring of this foul whatever it is. And that's your turn. Unless you'd like to move.
I would like to back up maybe a little bit.
Okay. How far back would you like to go?
I'll go beside Callista now.
Okay. Okay. Next up. Oh, it's its turn! Yay!
Oh boy.
Oh, look, a target-rich environment.
Mm-hmm.
It makes 3 attacks.
Slaps all of us in the face.
So, yeah, it's actually going to literally... Don't worry. You'll be fine, I think.
wow.
We're going to go down the line. So, Arneth, Yennefer, Gillet. Arneth, Yennefer, Jesus, Gillet.
What the fuck, man?
Woo! Dodge that bullet.
Okay.
So Yennefer takes 14 acid damage, and Gillet takes 13 acid damage.
Disappointed.
That's lower than the average that it does.
That's comforting.
Alarming?
Minus
Yes,
14.
comforting. All right. Callisto.
I am activating Tides of Chaos.
1d10. Oh, okay.
Wait, no, sorry. I can't because I'm already under the effects.
1d10 though. Mm-hmm. Well, high enough you can act normally. No, I don't think that's high enough. Oh god. Oh god. 7 to 8. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there is no creature within its reach, the creature does nothing this turn. There's one thing within your reach. It's Grimly.
Oh no!
No.
Let it
The good news is it's a melee.
Actually, that works. That's fine.
Yeah, if it were anything else, you'd be super fucked. Just get slapped into next week.
Okay.
Please.
That is brutal.
Grimly is now forever frightened of Callista.
He just screams when he sees her.
Grimly is the reason that you start taking the tiara off because he recognizes Callista in that form, but not in the other one.
Well, it doesn't hit, so that's good.
All of a sudden, you watch as, with surprise, equal surprise on her face, she swings at you. Not hitting you, but just swings at you randomly.
Epic dodge. It's me!
Yeah, and you're still under the effect, so give me
wisdom.
1d10, my dear.
roll 1d10. Yeah.
Okay.
This creature uses its action to make a melee attack. Randomly determined creature with reach. If there's no creature within its reach, the creature does nothing. So, give me a 1d2. Arneth will be 1. Gillett will be 2.
How do I do that? Oh god.
It's /r space 1d2.
/r space 1d2.
Enter. Gillett. So now
I would
make a
never slap Arneth.
Make a melee attack against Gillett.
It would have been funnier if you had rolled a 1.
I know, but
I had to start having Curse of Strahd flashbacks.
We don't talk about that, okay?
All right. So go ahead and give me an attack roll against Gillett.
How do I do that? Sorry.
Your melee attack. What would your just make a melee attack? What rapier or whatever it is you'd use?
Oh, okay.
19 to hit you. That will hit.
Barely, yeah.
Go ahead and click on rapier and deal some damage. Take 12 points of damage.
Alright.
Jack, you can't even do that much damage normally.
I know!
Why
what
do
happened?
You do this against friendlies?
What is this?
So evil. So much fun.
Our party is just torn to fucking shreds after this.
You just happen to roll really high for that. Okay. Gillett, your turn. Need a 1d10. No, wait.
No,
you are cleared. That's correct. However, you did start your turn within. No, actually, nope. Never mind. Don't worry about it. You can take your normal attacks and actions now.
Oh, I'm not going to like where this is going because I have to move here to attack. And I am going to use...
Okay, so the first one misses, but the second one hits. Okay.
Pew, pew, pew.
And he's got that much and does this much. And hold on to your heart. Hold on to the memories. Fire. Oh, okay. Good to know. That, and then minus that since it's magical. All right. Okay. What else you doing?
I kind of don't want to touch it with my hands or feet.
It's gross. It's icky.
More along the lines of it might just directly start controlling me.
See, that's a valid thought. One I didn't think of when I touched the gelatinous cube.
It engulfs you. What?
No,
Why?
it just ate me instantly. Why? What do you mean?
I can still use the rest of my movement though, yeah? So I'm gonna sort of backpedal.
Are you stepping of the wind?
Do I need to step of the wind if I'm... Oh, because it is still...
It hasn't had a reaction.
Disengage.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, since I do have that as a bonus action, if I use a key point, I am going to disengage, so... Whoop!
Okay. All right. Arneth. 1d10, please.
Okay.
Do nothing.
Okay.
You just stand there dumbfounded.
I just stand there looking pretty.
Grimly.
Would bless count towards everyone's D10 rolls?
Not for that.
Okay. Oh,
That's
no,
just
never
a
mind. I see it's
table.
attack and an attack and saving throw.
Mhm.
Where was that?
Not a bad spell to use, but
just not helpful in this sake.
not in this particular situation.
I'll use Call Lightning.
Hell yeah!
Wait, did I? Oh, now I understand. Now I see it. Submit.
All right.
Submit indeed.
Dexterity saving throw. It succeeds. So it takes half of that.
My DC is a 17.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I read that the number of lightning. You're right. Failed by 1. So he takes 15. Okay. People are out there cackling. All right. Cool. All right. And is that your turn? Would you like to move again?
Yeah, a little, because now I'm nervous. I'm gonna go away from Callista over here.
Okay. All right. I need you to give me another wisdom saving, please.
Okay. I lost my sheet.
Oh no!
That's fine. I got it.
Okay, great.
Wisdom.
You're fine. That's big ass wisdom save. All right. Its turn. Let's see. 5, 10. Ooh, you're just out of range. So it gets to attack Arneth twice and Yenfir once.
No!
I can take it.
Don't touch me!
Why did I click on that? That's not what I needed. 17? Total of 20.
Yes.
And a 21 to hit Yenfir.
This is some bullshit.
So you're going to take 31 damage for Arneth. Yenfir, you're going to take, Jesus, 20.
Why? What did I do? I'm a good person.
You've been so alive many times.
All right. Let's see.
20 points.
20 total points.
Okay.
All right. Callista. 1d10. A 1.
We're doing great, sweeties.
You don't take any action, but you use all of your movement to move in a random direction. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Roll a d8. We're going to say that's 1, and then 8 ends here. So 1, 2, 3. You move that way 30 feet.
You're doing great.
Okay. You're still within the throes of this confusion, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yenfir, give me a d10. You do nothing.
God damn it. It's annoying as shit.
Mm-hmm. Gillet.
You just gotta keep running
9,
in and
10,
out.
15, 20. You are, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh no.
You're under the effects of the confusion spell. Please roll a d10. Oh, wait. Hold on. No, never mind. I'm sorry. Disregard that. Your turn. Go ahead and whatever you want to do. I apologize. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna start doing the weird little flit and hit.
Hit and run.
Hit and run, yeah. First one hits, second one misses.
Right.
Ugh. That one fire damage.
Just fearsome. Absolutely fearsome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to burn another key point to disengage again.
Yep. Okay. Arneth, D10. You take no action this round.
Okay. We suck at this, y'all.
Family.
I'm gonna just call down the lightning again.
Okay. Go ahead and first give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, that I can do. Got it. Wisdom.
Okay, you're fine. Go ahead and
call down the lightning.
Plus 9. Okay. Here's to hoping I roll better than I did last time.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Damn it. I won.
Won the opposite way. All right, so I take half damage from that?
Yes, you do.
Okay. All right. Doesn't seem, even though you know it moved out of the way, quickly drawing its body up into this like thin line, it still takes some of it, but you notice that even the damage that it took doesn't seem to be as much as you think it would have been.
Grumble, grumble. Grr, grr.
Its turn. 5, 10. 5, 10. You're 15 feet. 5, 10, 15 feet from there. Let me just make sure. Yay, I can hit all three of you. So, again, we're going to go Arneth, Yennefer, Gillet.
It's been fun, guys.
So, yep. Yennefer, or excuse me, Arneth, Yennefer, Gillet.
Oh,
17 hit, miss.
No, it does not.
Okay. 22 acid to Arneth. 19 to Yennefer. Yennefer, how are you doing?
Not great. All right, let's see here. Let me do some math because I can't do math.
That's why your character sheet has those.
I have 26. Yeah, but it takes too long. Ain't nobody got patience for that. I have 26 hit points left.
Okay.
Which is a real bummer in my case.
Callista.
Run as fast as your little feeties will take you.
Yeah. You move in a direction randomly. Choose one thing. Roll a 1d8. 7. Now you're going this way.
This is awful.
Just running through the bush.
Arneth, you actually, Yennefer, before you go, you feel something touch your leg and your mind clears. You look down to see Arwa looking at you, her eyes wide, a little bit of a panic on her face.
Thank you.
You are able to act on your own.
Yay! Okay. All right. What am I doing?
Get yourself out of the situation.
Actually, good idea. I'm gonna yeet over here. Let's see. I'm gonna go over yonder and just heal myself.
Okay.
Real quick. With the spell that I have. That spell, you know, that spell that I have?
That one spell.
That one spell.
Well, while you're doing that spell, Gillet, what are you doing? This thing is, it's weird because it like you watch as part of its body stretches out, and it just like sucks to that part. It's like watching this weird slime where part of it sticks to the building and then part of it reaches over and grabs another piece.
Well, I'm going to hold back a gag and try and move over here and stab it.
A little bit of throw up.
Just the dry heave. Just the dry heave.
It's fine. We fine.
Right, the 25 hits. Okay.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeet.
All right. Oh shit. Hang on. Let's see. Where was your last attack? I think I shorted us a little bit. Sorry, guys. There we go. Much better. Okay, got it all caught up. Arneth.
1d10?
Yep.
I just can't do it.
You literally can't do anything. You just stand there looking at them all. Grimly.
Well, I'm gonna lay this down for the sake of everybody who is not under control anymore.
30 feet of you would be everybody?
So.
No.
Everyone except Callista, I think.
Yeah, everybody but Callista.
Can I move a little bit?
You can move first if you'd like to. And I think that would catch everybody, including Callista. Yep.
And whenever the time comes. And
you have advantage on wisdom saving throws, which is important.
Sorry. I wish I would have seen that sooner.
Gee, thanks.
Okay, so you succeed. All right.
Have that be.
Your turn. Its turn.
No.
It's going to move 5, 10.
You're no good, slime.
15.
You'll never be shit.
And that puts
You're just like your father.
Oh, look at that. Oh, there we go. It's noticed that Grimly hasn't been affected by its ability. Grimly. You're getting hit.
Uh-oh.
Rest in pepperonis.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Gillet. Arneth. Or not Arneth. Yenfir.
No.
So let's go ahead and resolve Yenfir. You take 17 points.
Can we not with this? Okay.
Okay, Grimly.
Mm-hmm.
That's 31 points damage.
Okay.
Acid damage, so.
It
doesn't do anything, just the type of damage it is.
31 you said?
Yeah, 31.
That's a lot of damage!
I'm still kicking. That's good. I'm okay-ish.
All right. Callista, please don't roll a 7 or an 8. Congratulations. You can't do anything, but you didn't roll a run away. So, okay.
Oh, I think
More turn. All right, so that's top of that one. It's 1, 2, 3, 5. I think this is 5. Yeah, 5. All right. Yenfir, your turn.
I'm not in range anymore, am I? Well, okay, no. I don't. I just can't melee. It's fine. I'm going to... What's that spell called? Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt. It's a good one to use on this guy. Do you have anything that gives you advantage? Anything you can do to beef it up at all?
Let's see.
Taking your floundering as
I'm just like frantically reading all of my things.
Don't have anyone who can bend luck at the moment, so
not at this moment. All right, going.
Honestly,
yeah,
I don't
do.
think so.
All right, your bolt slides right past the slime. You watch as it washes itself down into this almost impossibly flat form. The bolt flies past it, slamming into the side of the building, sparking off of it. This brilliant radiant energy just kind of it forms itself back up and looks at you.
Worst sound ever.
Is it really?
Yes.
All right. Before you go, Callista, a rustling in the leaves, and you look at a wide-eyed Arwa. She puts her hands on either side of your head, and you feel your mind clear.
Sneaky.
And then she takes off running in this direction.
I didn't inspire. It's okay.
I mean, you can. It's not the end of your turn yet, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to inspire. Who needs it? Me.
I myself.
Actually,
like a nice.
I don't know. Can you? I don't think you can yet. All right.
I'm gonna inspire.
It's Gillet's turn. So.
Gillet, then. Do it. Do it,
Gillet,
sweetie.
it's your turn.
all right. I'm gonna try again.
You got this, you beefy half-orc MFer.
Both of those hit.
All right.
And then now that's what I call a hit. All right.
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna peel out this way, though.
Okay. All right. Arneth, you're using a key point, right? To move that, to disengage?
Yes, I am.
Okay, how many do you have left?
I have 5 left.
Out of how many do you normally have?
9.
Oof. Oh, no.
Unfortunately, you cannot do anything.
That's awful.
I've been rolling 2 this entire time.
You have. Grimly.
How hurt does this slime look? How melty is this boy?
You're not really sure. You've never come across one of these things before.
True. Okay.
You have no comparison for.
I'm gonna call lightning again.
Okay.
I'm going to cast it at level 4.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna channel divinity.
Oh, Tempest Domain. Bless.
Literally.
Wow.
Damn it.
Callista, you are in your right mind.
I can't wait to talk to you about cleric spells.
Grimly will talk to you on God.
Callista, you're in your right mind. Can you twist fate to make that worse?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can. Hopefully.
Yeah. So you watch as it starts to dodge out of the way. It's sucking its body up, trying to avoid the lightning crash. And you watch as there's a shimmer in the weave around it. And as it tries to pull away, one of the eyes, this red thing that's kind of like this goopy lidded thing, opens and startling. As it's pulled back in, the lightning slams into it. So
40.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof.
It still doesn't seem to have affected it as much as you would have expected it to. Like it's resisting the lightning itself.
Oh God, resistant slime.
But you still did damn good damage to it, so.
Yeah.
All right. It's turn.
We don't need to do wisdom saving throws, right?
The only person that does is you. Because you have yet to be under the effect of the thing.
Then I still have advantage.
Yes, you do. Advantage. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Damn it. You're fine. Damn
Can I actually back up
You're
a little
great.
bit?
You piece of
Yeah,
shit.
you can.
I'm gonna go over here now.
You watch as it tries to reach out one of its tentacles, still smoking a little bit from what came up to it. Callista, you were in your right mind. What you doing?
She's mad.
Time to open a can of whoop ass.
Big mad.
And a burn ass.
She's real mad.
Uh-oh.
Mike.
I don't think there's going to be cabins anymore.
So mad that
Black
I'm casting
hole
fireball,
right where it's at. Just...
that I am casting fireball at 5th level mad.
Oh, that's mad as hell.
Oh, and you used Tides of Chaos, didn't you?
Didn't have to. It's not a to hit. It's a dex save.
I know, but you're still casting a over level 1 spell,
Yes,
right?
I still owe you a magic surge.
I'm nervous.
Does it catch anyone else?
Hold on.
I think it'll catch you and Yinfir. Hang on, let me check.
Wow, thanks. Great. I love dying and being dead.
Yeah, I know. Relax.
I think I have spare the dying. Like a
I
child
got spare the dying.
slaps the hand. That's fine.
Like
a little kid trying to wake up somebody.
It'll catch Yinfir and Ardeth as well because she's centering it right on the slime.
Oof.
She's not happy.
I'm glad I moved.
Can't imagine why.
Moving my tiny little legs.
All right. So you said you cast it. Who are you catching it?
Oh, I'm catching Ardeth and Yinfir as well.
Okay. As usual. Is that what you just said?
No, I said as well.
Oh, okay. I
But
thought
as
you said as
usual
usual. I was like,
is
wait, what?
also applicable.
Not true. Not true.
It succeeds.
By a landslide. Damn. Oof.
Oh, honey, no.
Oh, honey, no. Oh, honey, no.
Yeah, we're just thoroughly surprised at being fireballed is what happened. We're like, could you as I die? Oh, shit.
And then
So
I'm
27
going to
halved.
use sorcery points to make it's dealing acid damage, so not that one. I'm going to be using Ray of Frost.
Okay. Hold on just 1 second here, because I need to do some quick math. Mathesses. So that, then that again. Okay. All right. And then go ahead and do your Ray of Frost. Oh, nice.
Oh.
Wow, nice crit.
Okay.
She mad.
Big mad. Yinfir, take 7 points of big old fireball damage. Nope, I'm sorry, 37.
That's more than I have. So
More than you have currently?
Yeah.
Okay. How much do you have current?
25.
So you did not take massive damage, so you dropped to unconscious, but you were not dead right out.
Thank fuck, because I'd be a little upsetty. I know I joke about it a lot, but like, come on now.
I'm a -2, so I'm not down because of my orcishness.
So you basically, right as you drop, you kind of bare your tusks and your teeth, grinding them, and you just surge up again. So you're at 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hang on. Let me do some math here again because I missed. It's actually going to be.
This is one strong slot.
Half as much as yeah. Okay. And then did that. Okay. All right, good deal. So more damage to it than what it was originally. All right, that's Callista's turn. Yennefer.
Hang on. I still have movement.
Oh, you do have movement.
I'm going to ask a question before I decide what I'm doing.
Hmm?
Can I run forward, grab Yennefer by the collar, and drag him back 10 feet? Because he's prone on the ground.
Mm-hmm. No, because you don't. You can move to him, but you won't be able to grab him until next turn.
No, I'm not moving any closer to that thing unless I have an escape plan. And
yeah,
nope.
I kind of figured. All right, Yennefer. It's death saving throw, but you have advantage.
Okay.
Because of Beacon of Hope.
Because Grimly.
Because Grimly, the cleric.
What do? Oh, okay.
What do?
What do?
Roll it again. Take the higher of the two.
Bink bonk.
Okay.
Success.
That's one success.
Hey.
Gillet.
Hi, how you doing? I'ma kill it.
Please do.
That's both successes. All right. Minus that much, and then not quite. It looks like it's losing its part of its trying to pull, and like it looked like that the horrible Spider-Man 3 that had Venom and the symbiote would climb by sticking and then pulling itself. That's what it looks like. But now it's smaller, so it's like it can't quite hold its form together. I mean, it's not smaller, it's still medium size, but it's still holding its mass together is tiresome for it. What are you doing now?
Can he scoop up Yennefer and run?
No, that would be an action, is the thing.
Yeah.
I can go here. I think I might go here to make it a bit easier to drag away.
Okay.
So I will do that. And minus one more key point.
Okay. Arneth.
Okay.
You can act normally.
Thank fuck. What do I want to do? I was expecting to be
Kill it.
trapped, so I had no.
Kill it, please! God!
Well, that sounds great, but like I'm real weak.
It looks really beat up. I'm just saying. Real beat up.
Okay.
Real beat.
Let's see if I can actually hit it. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
And then shoot at it. Yeah. Where is it?
Miss. Miss. You can run though.
Yeah, it's true. Put myself right there.
Okay. Grimly.
He said it's pretty beat up.
Oh yeah, compared to where it looked like it originally was, it
Delicious.
looks real beat up.
I'll give you my wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Actually, I think you're actually far enough away.
Okay. Either way, I was pretty okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even though you did, but
Big boy wisdom.
oh.
But I'll use Sacred Flame.
Well, takes the 8 damage, and it does not resist any of that.
Dance.
It's still alive.
I'll just use my movement to move a little bit. Oh, I'll move near Callista, I guess. Maybe she won't hit me this time. Actually, there.
It is its turn. One, 2, 3. It's going to hit Grimly, Callista, and Gillet.
Okay.
So Grimly, 27.
Yeah.
Callista, 21. Gillet, 27. Grimly, you take 15. Callista, you take 15. And Gillet, you take 15. Acid damage as its tentacles reach out impossibly far, hitting each one of you. All right, Callista. It's done hit you, and it's all up in your grill space.
My grill space.
What are you doing?
Deciding.
Good choices.
Yes, deciding.
Because you know what?
Hmm?
There ain't nothing better than a little magic missile.
That's valid. You're valid.
Cast at 4th level.
It's overkill, but go for it.
She big mad.
Oof. All right, yeah.
And that is properly set up this time, by the way.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and give me your wild magic surge. You reach your hand out. The acid's still burning from where it lashed you with one of its tentacles. Purple bursts of energy fly from your fingertips. The missiles just slamming into it. As you do, you can watch each one tear a bit of the slime, dissipating it into nothingness. When all of them have finally pummeled it to death, you look. There's nothing but a pile of small goo laying on the ground. It is.
Touch it?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Just flat-handed slaps.
It doesn't do anything, but it just kind of. You look up as Arwa comes creeping back around one of the trees, her face terrified. You can see her hair is bedraggled and just like out all over the place. You're not sure what she did, but it wasn't greater restoration. She's gibbering like talking to herself, but it's almost incoherent. It's inaudible, but you can just see her lips moving and her mouth. She did something else. You're not quite sure what.
First things first, I'm gonna lamp my bloody self over to Yennefer and slap Cure Wounds on him at 3rd level.
I can do.
Thanks, baby.
I can do Prayer of Healing, and if Beacon of Hope is still up, you guys take max healing.
It's only up for a minute, and I think that Prayer
done.
of Healing takes much longer than that.
Oh, it takes 10 minutes, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I can use Mass Healing Word, then?
Yeah. And Beacon of Hope would still take effect on that.
Okay. I'll use it at 4th level, so everybody takes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Awesome.
14.
Nice.
Everybody who was injured gets a heal.
Awesome.
I'll take it. Better than 0.
You are beaten up. You are bedraggled. You look around this campsite and you can realize you haven't checked inside the last building.
Well, I don't care about the building. I care about my mother, who I am limping over to.
She looks up at you, her eyes wide, darting back and forth, left to right. And she kind of sees you but doesn't see you at the same time. And she clutches you, like pulls you close to her, and she whispers in your ear, "And I will send you in private, because only you can hear."
Oh, hell.
On Discord?
Yeah. Is he in Discord? Sure.
This is just a terrible day. It's like every day Yennefer wakes up. Probably.
Callista is heavily considering just setting this damn building on fire.
No more fire, please. I'm so fired out.
Which is strange for a man with your colored hair.
Anybody need a swig of healing potion?
The Horn of Healing.
Mm-hmm.
The old Horn of Healing. Yes. Dear God.
The old.
All right. Where did I put my character sheet?
All right.
There you go. Have what you need.
Please, thank you.
All right.
Such good
And
healing.
with that, let's take a quick. What do you say we take a 7-minute break? We'll try to come back about 10 minutes after, and then we will reconvene for the last hour of the show. Does that sound good to everyone? Just a quick potty break and refresh our drinks and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Be right back. For all of those watching, don't go anywhere. With the upcoming new game, I want to talk about doing a game giveaway and things like that. So don't go anywhere. We'll all be right back in just a few minutes. In the meantime, check out some pretty artwork and some other stuff. We love you all. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. Season. Just like another season. Not for long, just a time. Just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season.
Little map for the thing.
It's great.
That was good.
Very cute.
I like it.
2-Minute Tabletop released a town building set. So all the little houses. Yeah, it's like 70 something pieces. Free.
Wow.
Jesus.
Welcome back, everyone. Like the warning. Thank you all very much for hanging out with us. Real quick, if you haven't yet, please go ahead. If you're here watching on Twitch, go over to our YouTube channel. Look for us on YouTube, Dire Bear Adventuring Company. Make sure you give us a subscribe over there. I would appreciate your sub over here, but you don't have to. A follow is perfectly fine for now. Really, though, would appreciate if you subscribe over on YouTube, because once we hit 100 subscribers there, we actually get an actual usable link as opposed to
a bunch of gibberish.
Also, past episodes, if you want to catch up, even one episode just to go, what happened right before this? Feel free to watch it. If you couldn't watch all of today's episode, you can pop over there and you can watch it right away, and it'll be there. Unfortunately, we aren't as highfalutin as some other shows, Critical, where you can watch it Thursday and then they put it up on Monday because they do editing and extra other stuff.
We don't have any people for that.
We don't have monetization, so we don't get income from this or anything else like that. So any donation, though, that you would like to submit to Dire Bear Adventuring Company is greatly appreciated. Any of your contributions just goes towards making the show, allowing us to do things like purchase Zoom, which is what we use to broadcast with, and upgrade some of our systems, better headgear and things like that. Headgear? No. Hardware. That's what I meant to say. But it came out as headgear. Thanks for looking at my braces, Stan. With that being said, again, we appreciate and love all of you, even if it's just to hang out and have fun with us. We also have a Discord channel, so feel free to jump in there. It is free. I think if you, is it bang Discord and it gives you the Discord information? Here on Twitch. I don't remember if it's the exclamation Discord.
Let's find out.
We'll have to do what our admins. Let's see if our admins.
Oh, right.
Our mod. Yes, it does. Exclamation Discord will give you the join the Discord. You can join the channel you have in our. So there you go. Spread the word. Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. Central. Please come and play with us.
And to be honest, it's a fun time.
We try to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Join us now.
Do it. Do it.
So, you have defeated the Alkalith. Arwa looks troubled and whispers in your ear quickly, words that she transcribes to you. A few moments pass, very tense as you look at her face. She finally returns to that semblance of calm and control that she always carries with her.
I'd just be holding her the entire time.
Just give her the good old hugs.
She comes down off of the terrifying trip that she was on, and the very first thing she does is just embraces you, like crushing your ribs, holding you tight. And it's that moment that we all probably have experienced being adults, where we watch our parents show that very fragile, that vulnerable side as she sobs simply into you, hiding her face from everybody else except for you.
What the fuck?
I have emotions.
How could you do this to us, Cap?
She takes a deep breath and she puts her hands on you and kind of grips your arms, and she's okay. And she steps back and she smiles at you. It's a faint, very, very thin thing. And she just kind of says, "Thank you."
Of course.
I don't know what that is, but I fear the worst. I don't...
Okay now?
I am. Do me a favor. Head north from here. There's a glade, probably about a day's travel. The Bowbears there. They're led by a druid. I need you to go see them. I need you to find out what happened. I feel like I've given you something terrible to carry, and I don't know what it is.
Don't worry about it.
I'm afraid for you.
I will go. Are you sure you're going to be okay?
Of course. And she pats your face gently. Go. Rest here for the night. I feel the worst of whatever it is gone. You need to rest. You've all taken quite a beat. Looking pointedly at Yenfear. and you yourself.
Yeah.
We'll all stay here for the night. I'll put your brothers and sister on watch.
Okay.
And she kind of takes a deep breath and looks at the cabin, the last one standing that's actually, and says, "Shall we?"
I mean, I guess.
You open the cabin to the east, the mountains beside it, casting a shadow over the back end of it. It is dark and cold inside. The skin on any of your exposed skin prickles immediately with goosebumps. Though something were leaching the warmth out of the room. As you open the door and light pours in from the western side, coming down off the sun, it warms the front, and slowly warmth seeps back into the building. It's a gradual thing. This cabin has room to hold all of you. It has a hearth that can be cooked in with a shelf, like a metal shelf that you can actually like set things on that kind of covers over the top of the hearth, so the fire actually warms it and you can cook on it. There are simple bunks in here, stacked, so you have bunk beds. And there's enough for everybody to sleep comfortably. There are supplies as far as blankets and bedding and things like that. Other than that, though, it's empty. There's no rations or anything that are in the cupboard. Surprisingly, it smells a little musty, like it's been closed up for a while. But other than that, it seems to be.
Okay. I can find the closest bed and just sit down.
Good
all right.
choice. I'm gonna.
You all plow into a bed, I assume.
Grimly instantly tries climbing to the top bunk. One of them attempting. He's attempting.
Scuttling like a creature.
You all take a long rest, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am like wrapped around Arneth like a koala.
Disturbing and adorable at the same time.
My God, it's horrendous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
All right. As you all take a long rest, go ahead and restore all of your hit points and restore any of your spent key points and everything. The next morning, you have the smell of food being cooked. And grimly, it smells different than what you're used to.
Oh, you're telling me.
The rest of you look over to see that Arwa must have gone back to her place sometime in the wee hours of the morning and come back, as she has provided you with a not insubstantial breakfast.
She is the best mom ever.
She just has a bandolier of eggs.
I'm not even gonna lie. It's my mom, honestly.
Aww.
My mom goes to Colorado and meets random people up in the mountains and has enough spread for breakfast for everyone.
What the fuck? That is awesome.
Wow.
I love it.
My mom is like, "Oh, I'm gonna come over and visit. All we have is cereal." and she'll have a stack of French toast and everything else. I was like, cereal would have been just fine. You all eat, unless anyone has anything to say or ask or inquire about. It's a very quiet, subdued meal.
I honestly think Grimly tries to take one of the raw eggs.
And
she looks at you for a second, like she's gonna say something, and then she just.
He's just like reaching. It's like...
You feel it like put into your hand.
I look away immediately because I don't like the look of that.
Just egg all over his face. Shell stuck to it.
Messy boy. Sorry. Sorry, kind of.
He can eat the eggs, but I can't.
Your mom looks at you. No, you're not a savage.
I don't have to kiss.
No offense.
Okay.
No offense, Grimly.
He just shrugs. Starts eating the shells, not realizing shells are probably not good.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
They're very high in calcium. You're doing great, sweetie.
Bone density, be watching like on morbid curiosity.
Gil is just like,
huh? The fuck?
I'm disturbed and intrigued. As you leave the building, preparing to head north to the glade, she gives you some very specific instructions as you get closer. The wildlife there should be more abundant. Be careful not to harm any of it. Understand that what you face is the glade of an archdruid. Not to be trifled with. Yep.
Question. What if it tries to kill us?
Run.
Okay, but just throwing this out here. What if I'm like in the mouth of a wolf or something and I can't run away?
Do what you must. She kind of puts a loving arm around your shoulder and squeezes you, and she goes, "Not all the wolves here are siblings of Arneth." And then just releases you.
I figured.
Don't pet them all. Wolfamon, gotta pet them all. All right. Yeah. She packs up what she can for you. She said the bacon and some of the other stuff she has some smoked meats for you. The biscuits, she said, will be a little tough, but they should suffice. She gives you specific instructions. You've never really traveled to the northern part of the forest. She had mentioned you know of the glade and the archdruid there. But you and Mommy stayed more in the southern leg of the Aofor Forest. You had plenty of room there anyways. As you head out, she travels with you for a short distance, staying quiet the whole time, giving you looks every once in a while of concern. You get to a very familiar stand of trees. You know this marks the edge of what your mom's ranging area is. She gives you one more hug and looks at Yenfear and gives Yenfear a big hug.
Aww.
Pats Grimly on the head and then shakes Gillet's hand and kind of looks at Callista for a second like, hug? I don't know what to do. She takes your hand and shakes it. Arneth, take care of them. Yenfear, take care of Arneth.
I will.
She
Nobody laugh.
She kind of hooks her hand around the back of your head and pulls you down and touches her forehead to yours. And then she just whispers, "Go. Be safe."
I love her. Do we have to leave?
You guys said that about Rose, too. You were like, do we need to leave Landsport? Rose is here. All right.
By the way, Mom, Dad wanted me to tell you that he misses you.
She looks like she's just processing that information. She goes, "Well, big green idiot knows where to find it." And she smiles. And she turns and calls out for brothers and sister. And they lope away.
There she go.
There
she go.
Me.
The path leads north. 2 days travel to the glade. I'm trying to remember if that's what I said. Yeah.
Sure.
2 days travel to the glade. Through the forest.
Steve, you're muted.
I think you said a day, but you know.
I was trying to remember. I think I did say a day. 1 day's travel through the woods. You all start off on foot, making your way. Give me a survival check. Anyone and everyone wants to.
Yeah.
What?
If you want to, you don't have to.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
How bad is my luck today?
Grimly. Butterflies.
Pretty actually.
Oh. I'm doing a lot worse than Grimly.
3.
Growling at trees.
You're
and
watching
stuff.
Grimly, and Grimly's watching all the
It's just a
trying
tree.
trying to eat the butterflies. That's what it is.
Don't eat those. Those are
It's like
pretty.
gnawing on a piece of bark.
He's so good.
What's that taste like? Elm.
Ah.
What's that taste like? Wood. It's a tree.
It tastes like bark. What the fuck?
What do you think it tastes like?
Tastes like fiber.
Mm-mm.
All right. There we go. Move you all back to the overhead map. This part of the forest, you start to see signs, and you continue to move northward. Arneth, actually Callista, there are decided signs of not animal life, but like somebody is moving through this territory. Like they've marked certain parts. It's subtle in the way that they've done it. And as you watch, you catch a hint of somebody moving through the trees. I mean, it's such a thing as to watch them almost like it doesn't make any noise or anything. And you know that wherever you're going, that the bow bearers are not far behind you.
Yeah.
More. They're watching you. They're keeping an eye on you. Yeah, at this point in time, it just seems observation. Like, you've moved into their territory, and they're just kind of keeping an eye on you to see what you're going to do. The day passes. There's very little sign of life, but you start to see more and more as you go. Fresh ruts. You actually see like some in one of the trees hanging. You see some antler, a deer. You can see where small dugouts have been made where a squirrel, either burying acorns or recovering them. And there's kind of a quietness in the forest where you are. but you hear sounds off in the distance, birds calling, a woodpecker chipping away at a tree. I'd like for all of you to give me perception checks, please.
Oh boy.
Perception?
It's always a good day when I break double digits.
What do my elf ears perceive? Or eyes?
What do your elf eyes hear?
Better than anyone else.
Listen, smell that?
Paying attention. You kind of narrow your eyes as you realize that just off the pace of the path that you're on, in the forest, skulking from the shadows and the dappled forest floor, where the light kind of breaks through the canopy here and there, you see forms moving. Humanoid forms. Off to either side. They seem to be pacing you. Like, keeping up with you.
At least it's not the creepy green flying thing.
I don't like that at all. Guys, there's a lot of figures in the woods over there.
Yeah, there's a total of either side. There's probably about 3 on each side of you. And
I'm just going to point like over here and there.
I'm going to lay my hand on Yennefer's shoulder. Yes, they're trees.
No, you don't. Hey, I turn to him and like take his big stupid shoulders. Just look harder. There's things.
Use your real eyes.
Use your real eyes, not your stupid eyes.
It's hard to see. Pointing them out, even with Yennefer pointing them out, it's like looking at one of those pictures of can you spot the hidden animal? And it's like even though somebody points it out to you, you're kind of like, oh. And you can finally see the figures moving, almost, like I said, flanking you on either side. Moving not quickly, but with enough to where you're like, oh, I see. And they are doing such a good job of keeping themselves hidden that they were nigh invisible to your eyes.
Do we... I'm nervous. I'm so nervous.
What are you going to do?
So they were purposely trying to stay hidden?
I mean, yeah.
Hey, Grimly, you should go check that out.
No. No.
Grimly would, actually. He turns like, what?
Okay.
There's something over there. Very curious. Perhaps you should go take a closer look and let us know what it is?
He kind of like does some nodding and some shrugging.
Okay, thanks. Let us know.
I will go.
You start to leave.
Don't you touch
you feel
my
yourself
baby.
lifted off the ground.
Huh.
That noise, V. Oh.
I mean, if he can be carried, he'd rather be carried. So.
I didn't know this was an option.
He's only
What
a whopping 35 pounds.
It's like he's like very small. You're basically lifting my toddler.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
He's gonna need a child leash.
We'll get one. Because he's small. Because he's small and can be easily hidden.
I'm still.
Yes. Yes. But I care a lot more about Arneth than I care about Grimly, to be fair.
Oh, the truth comes out.
I don't hide my
frown.
loyalties. Everybody should know where I stand by now.
Bad pandas.
You tried to hit him.
She's making
That's
up
why.
for it. Callista, look. you had to choose between sending Gillet into the woods or sending this little goblin, who would probably not be seen anyway, what would you choose? He's not an option.
I'm going.
Did you hear that? You're not an option.
There's a.
No, you're
Like,
not.
We're just like a big argument circle.
There's a clearing of a. You hear a very distinct.
Grimly's like this on Callista's face, but frozen. Like looking over, pushing her away like a cat that doesn't want to be picked up.
You see, leaning against the tree, the mask that was normally pulled up, pulled down, and the hood pulled back. You see long, like blonde hair that falls down around the shoulders. You see an elf standing there. Doesn't have the same look of consternation that the other one did. She looks like she's halfway through trying to stifle a laugh. She kind of goes, I'll save you the trouble since you spotted us. Can I ask you what you're doing this far north?
Other than arguing?
Yeah,
other than arguing, yeah, preferably.
Well, what are we doing?
Why are we see a druid?
Oh yeah.
Why do I play games with you?
Listen, I was listening. I'm a goldfish. Remember, we've been over this.
All of my notes. Why do I bother?
For other people to take them.
That's true. That's true.
Oh dear.
What did you say? You're here to see a druid?
Yeah.
Or you're on your way to see a druid?
Yeah.
Here to see a man about a tree.
Any particular tree?
He'll know.
The biggest one.
So you're on your way to see the archdruid.
That's the one.
And would that be about, might I ask?
You cut out. I missed what you said.
Might I ask what it's about? Why are you on your way to see the archdruid?
And return as one to Arnath.
Yeah, why are we doing this again?
I don't remember.
See, it's not just me. It's not just me.
We're doing great.
We're amazing, okay?
You got it real close plenty of times.
We're very stubborn.
Yeah.
We're like roaches.
Yeah.
I give you just enough rope and then realize that no. And then I take the rope back. It's literally me going, no.
I have that thing, keen mind. That's why I took it.
Because you wouldn't have to remember.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my.
We're fantastic again.
Your mom whispered something in your ear and
Something
told
haunting,
you, yes, something. She told you to go see the archdruid concerning what happened here and what happened back at NOF's respite and what it was, and see if you could find more answers. If anybody's going to know the archdruid.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is true.
That's
Legit.
why.
Yeah, totally.
All right. All right.
I'm so sorry, Cat.
So we're good now. Everybody.
I'm so sorry.
Everybody on par? We're all right? Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Just remember, I'm great at this. Okay.
You're so good.
And
You're
so
like
humble.
amazing.
All right, so something happened at NOF's respite. Would you fight something there? Did you find something?
We fought something.
You fought something.
A giant moss mold slime thing.
Moss mold slime thing, like
slime.
a shambling mound.
More slimier?
More slimier.
More fungusier.
You've got me then. Well then, shall we escort you the rest of the some for your own safety, of course.
Sure.
I mean, if you want to.
I think we'll lead you on. Come on. And she turns on her heels and starts down the path that you were originally following. The other 5 meld out of the woods to kind of flank around you, and you're now being escorted through the forest.
Yikes.
It's like a tour guide. She talks about the things that you see in the forest, the bird cries that you hear. Arneth, you know a lot of this already, but you don't say anything, just being polite.
I'm mostly just not listening.
Just like, whatever. Tuned out.
My mind is elsewhere.
The one thing that you do catch is her name, which is
Beyonce?
Oh, Bernadette.
It's a B.
Yeah, it is a B. Bernadette.
Beyonce.
No, it's Bernadette. Nobody can be Queen Bee but the Queen Bee.
That's right.
She talks freely, unlike the very dour individual you met in the southern part of the forest. Which you kind of get. She rolls her eyes when she talks about him being a bit more of a stick in the mud.
No kidding.
She mentions his name is Idaron, Iderron, Idaron. She plays off of it and she says, or as I like to say, the idiot Idaron. And she kind of skips and walks forward. The rest of the crew that are with you remain quiet. And after a long time distance, you're not sure how far you've gone. You watch as she falls quiet, reverent almost. You break through the path, and it is a glade, absolutely is what it is. Down in this bowl that's made out of a natural depression, like something fell from the sky and struck this. And what's left is this just bowl there. You see that it's covered in fine green moss, soft. It crinkles a little bit under your feet. And down in the bottom, you see several stones standing in position that don't make any sense to you all, maybe. But you can tell that there's definitely some pattern that they're set up for. In the middle of it is a person dressed in a long, what looks to be green robe, but as you look at it, you realize that it's actually made from plants, like woven from ivy that's kind of draped down. I say a person because their face is angles and androgynous, long, blonde, almost silver white hair. It's so blonde and washed out. You're not quite sure what color it is. Standing impossibly tall. Elven heritage, though. You can see the pointed ears. You can see the angles of the face that clearly point out elf. But like I said, impossibly tall for one of the tallest. And slender. Very thin. Like a reed or a willow tree. As a matter of fact, looking at the way that the thing hangs off and their hair hangs, you would get the impression that they would make an excellent willow tree.
Arneth is enchanted.
Just got to put his mind to it.
Willowy is the absolute correct adjective to use for this guy or person. What is Arneth doing? I'm sorry.
He is enchanted.
Okay, stop. You're not allowed to fall in love with everybody.
As you get to the edge of this bowl, you watch as Bernadette takes a knee and kind of puts her hands down on either side and bows her head. Long strides bring the figure closer to you as they kind of rise up the side of the bowl. The bowl itself is probably about 35 feet across total. And they kind of come up to the top edge and place a hand with extremely long fingers on the back of Bernadette's head. And you hear a soft voice, almost a rustle of leaves. Rise. Rise. Introduce me. And motions to you all. Bernadette turns to you all and then just kind of motions.
We really need to come up with like a group name.
Like Gaggle of Assholes isn't a good group name.
Yeah, what's a night?
Gaggle of Assholes and some kid.
I'm Arnath.
Arnath.
Yenfear.
Yenfear.
Gillet.
Gillet.
Is Grimly still in Callista's arms?
She
managed to keep a hold on him.
She probably would have put him down if he had asked. Did he ask?
No, he's sitting on your hip.
Like a baby.
Like a little
just holding
child.
the baby.
Just like a chin on shoulder.
Little baby babe.
Little baby babe. He's small. Grimly.
Oh, hello, little one. Grimly.
He smiles. All sharp teeth.
And you?
They call me Callista.
It's a pleasure. I am the dawning day. My name is Andalay. Andalai. Andalay. I will spell it for you because I know how you all are.
Andalay.
Not Andalay, you jackass. Andalay. Welcome to my glade. I fear we have much to discuss. And with that, she motions you down into the bowl, down into the deep, and where her glade is. And that's what we're going to call it for this evening. Thank Maddie, who is our host, the mostest. I'd love to thank Chief, Steve, Jack, and our newest addition, V. That is right, everyone. Welcome, everyone, V, who was a Wednesday night player, and we all decided, being me and Maddie and V, that we're going to make V a permanent member of our Monday crew at this point in time. Why not?
Yay!
Welcome the child.
So, welcome to Grimly, everyone. Real quick, some things that may be different in the future. One of the other things that we've done with adding V is to help balance out hosting duties. If something's going on, V will pick up along with Jack in emergencies as a situation arises. Also kind of gives Maddie a break if she needs to schedule something or take over, have something done that night where she can't make it. We have a backup. We have a plan. So we're happy to have V again. V came from Alone in the Void with me, as well as Tuesday Night, which is an offline game that I for some friends, where V played Quentin. If you never watched any of the Alone in the Void, you're missing out. Watching V play a nervous wreck is hilarious, especially with hitting the call button.
Bing, 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 bing.
Hello?
Bing, 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 bing.
You just hold it down and let go when you're done.
Speaking of Wednesday nights, for those of you who are watching, we will be back on Wednesday nights with a brand new game. It is called Binary Heroes. It is basically they're all playing robots. So I'm just going to start there. They're all playing robots, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And it is a game that I have created. I have written the rule set for it. And for those of you who watch a lot of RPGs or play them yourselves, it's a diceless game. That's right. There's no dice rolls. Everything is multiplication and addition. So as long as you can do basic math, you should be okay. So Jack, you're out. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I pick on poor Jack. But we are excited to have V with us as we come into this. One other thing that we will cover with the new game that starts on Wednesday, I would like to do a game giveaway. I will announce Wednesday what it is. Please tune in so that we can have everybody be a part of that. I will go ahead and post it up on the Discord and on our Twitter. If you are not, follow us on Twitter at DireBearAC, or excuse me, DBAC, but Dire Bear Adventuring Company. We're on Facebook, Dire Bear Adventuring Company. We are here on Twitch, and of course, we are on YouTube. Please follow us in all the respective locations and keep up with us. I post things up there every once in a while, and I think I'm humorous. If you don't, then that's your problem. I don't know. Anyways, until next time, which will be Wednesday, we love you all. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much.